Hey guys, Bryan Lebo here with your November Las Vegas market update video. Well, the election's finally over and believe it or not, the world's still spinning, so I'll take that as a small victory. Just like the election, I'm starting to hear and see an awful lot of fear and propaganda about an upcoming housing bubble. If you've been watching for a while, you already know that the raw data doesn't support this opinion at all. As a result, I've dedicated an entire video this month towards illustrating how and why we are not heading for a housing bubble. So please, either click up here to check out the video and come back, or check it out after this video. Meanwhile, let's get this started. First up is last month's sales. We sold 2,446 homes last month. This was up 8% from last year when we sold only 2,258 homes. Definitely a good sign there. All right, next let's check out everyone's favorite metric, median home prices. As you can see on the screen now, we ended last month with a median price of $230,000. This is completely unchanged from last month and pretty much where we've been hovering since May of this year. Okay, now let's check out the current inventory levels. As you can see on the screen now, we ended October with only 7,255 homes on the market. What's really disturbing about this number is the fact that we now have seen 9 straight weeks of declining inventory. 9. While declining inventory is actually kind of normal this time of year, it typically doesn't begin until the first week of November. Now this year it started back in mid-September. Looking back at the data, I haven't seen a trend this bad in over 5 years. All right, now let's break down our inventory. On the screen now, you can see that 6.8% of our market are short sales, 3.3% are foreclosures, and 89.9% are traditional sales. What's interesting here is while the actual number of short sales and foreclosures are down, the percentage of short sales actually went up. So the only reason for this is that the number of traditional sales are so diminished right now that it's artificially boosting the short sale percentage. Hope that makes sense. Last but not least, let's check on the NODs or notice of defaults. Since the county's still so far behind, we only have complete monthly data for the month of September still. As a result, you can see on the screen now that we ended September with only 406 notice of defaults filed. This is about 25% of what we had just 4 years ago. As a result, I keep saying that this is a rather worthless metric to study since foreclosures now represent a completely insignificant portion of our market. So let's wrap this up and make some sense of this market. Sales were pleasantly up, median prices are steady, traditional listings are down substantially, and as a result, our overall inventory levels are steadily declining. Right now, our median price is up 5.5% from this time last year. Now, historically speaking, this is about 1.5% more than normal. But the truth here is that we've been spoiled these past few years with double-digit increases. 10 and 20% annual appreciation just isn't sustainable or normal. So while a 5.5% annual increase is great news, it just doesn't feel great in comparison. But I assure you, this is healthy and sustainable for us. Moving forward, it's important to understand that, statistically speaking, January is the worst month of the year for sales, followed by November and then February. So don't be very surprised by weak sales this month. It's actually pretty normal. Sales don't really pick up until March, which means buyers don't really become active until about February. Now, this is very important to understand for a couple of reasons. Just because sales are slow, this doesn't mean that there are no sales. Certainly, this isn't the best time of year to list your home, generally speaking, but the flip side to that is we haven't had inventory levels this low for 3 years. On the bright side, as a seller, there just isn't much on the market, and certainly there's not many great homes to choose from. Most of what's out there is what's been sitting out there for a good reason. On the flip side, as a buyer, this is the time to go deal shopping, baby. If a home has been on the market for 3 months and the seller's getting motivated, it's just not likely that they're gonna sell in the next 3 months either, unless the price becomes a motivating factor. This really is a great time for bargain buyers looking for a good value. Well, that's it for this month, guys. Like I said in the beginning of the show, I'm leaving a lot on the table, which is featured in the other video here titled, "Is Vegas Headed for a Housing Bubble?" I really encourage you to watch this video and share it with your friends and family, since I think you may start to see more news segments and articles online trying to really make a case for it and actually ignoring the statistics. Thanks again for watching though. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and please click up here to subscribe.